Welcome to Under Glass. I'm Ryan Douglas, and today's episode, you may already own the solution. So when I purchased my property here in Maine about 6 years ago, one of the first things that I bought was a lawnmower. Because for me, nothing quite encapsulates home ownership like mowing your own lawn. Now, I've got a decent sized yard here, and I'm pretty lazy when it comes to yard work, so I thought it would be smart to purchase a self-propelled push lawnmower. At least that's what it said on the box. But the first time that I used it, I was completely unimpressed. By the time I finished mowing my yard, I was drenched in sweat. And on the hilly parts, it felt like I was pushing the entire thing myself. I mean, the mower, it looked nice, it cut well, it even had what I thought was like a little safety guard near the handle. But, as far as being self-propelled, not so much. But since it was already filled with gasoline and, caked with grass cuttings, I figured returning it wasn't realistic, so I just kind of accepted that this was, part of home ownership. Then one day, when I was mowing, I started wondering about the safety guard near the handle. Like, why would a lawnmower need one? And as I started playing with it, I realized that it moved, and then I pulled it back against the handle. All of a sudden, the mower took off flying, right? I was running behind it to keep up. My neighbors across the way were bent over in laughter, right? It turns out that the mower was self-propelled all along. I just simply hadn't engaged it. And I see this sort of thing all the time in cultivation businesses. So a company will invest in climate control software or automation or some brand new equipment. And then it gets installed and commissioned and handed off. And everybody assumes that all of the capabilities in that stuff have been adopted because the equipment is running. But running isn't the same as using it well. So a climate control system might be controlling the temperature and the humidity, while all of these other valuable capabilities are sitting there untouched. And features that could reduce energy use or improve crop consistency or save someone hours of work might already be there. Meanwhile, the business is spending time and money and labor solving problems that technology was purchased to solve. And as we all know, technology is improving rapidly every single day. So a system that was purchased even just 6 months ago might be capable of much more today than when it was purchased. So I think oftentimes technology isn't the problem, it's simply that we're not using everything we paid for. And I think we treat vendors as suppliers during the purchase, and then we treat them as strangers after it. And I'm guilty of that myself. But with this kind of sophisticated equipment, much of that value comes from continuing to work with the people who understand what it can do. So I think there's two lessons here. The first one is, before you buy anything else for your facility, ask yourself, what have you already paid for that could make the operation better or easier or less expensive to run? And the second lesson is, if you're going to buy a self-propelled lawnmower, take 30 seconds and read the manual.